online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey!
Yo! Whoa!
Oh, hey! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Being Mary Jane. I am your host, Tiona Hobson. Joining me tonight, I have the beautiful Fahnia Thomas.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
Hi,
Fahnia Thomas.
Yeah, and then we got somebody over here on the couch. Some of y'all might know him. We have BJ Britt in the house.
What it do? What it do? Oh, I heard a lot of clapping.
Yeah.
Whoa, what is that about?
It's all the ghosts in the studio. It's haunted.
It's all you.
I got hype. Okay.
You're actually just hearing things in your head right now. There's no applause at all.
Oh, wow. I feel bad now.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight.
No, thank you for having me
Of
tonight.
course. Sorry, we didn't have any now and laters for you.
Yeah, you played me, but you just threw that in there at the beginning?
Yeah, at the beginning.
She just wanted to get that out there.
I just want to put it out there because I didn't want it coming up later.
Yes.
We're gonna get it all off our chest.
Yes, they lured me here without any now later.
And you know what? I have to take the blame for this because I did see him this weekend, and I did say, if you come on, I will have now or laters. I did sell it like that. So
I didn't
take
know that.
blow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's on her.
So I came here with my hands out, and she was like, "Put your hands in your pockets." Basically.
Put your hands in your pockets.
Put your hands in your pockets.
I'm trying to keep those pearly whites cavity free.
Okay, flattery will get you everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're forgiven.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, all right, and I'm out. See y'all.
All right. Well, thanks. See you next season. No. I don't think I said this part. It's season 2, episode 9, Line in the Sand. Boom.
Yes, and those of you who don't remember the whole now later reference, last season when he was here,
Yes.
we had a jar of now laters. And it was a good time.
And I ate them the entire
I think he finished the whole giant thing.
And it was like Costco size. It wasn't like, regular store size.
I'm about my candy. I'm about that life. Yeah.
That's why you're so sweet.
Yeah. See, what?
Aww.
I need to come here on a regular basis. I will be here too. Are you here tomorrow or is it just Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Oh, next
Please feel
Tuesday.
free.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. We're here
Now
all the
laters.
time.
Mary Jane Tuesdays. It's
Yes,
going up.
Mary Jane's Tuesdays.
Oh, that's
Hashtag
We're
now
slipping.
laters.
We don't have our vanilla pudding wine. We'll get it together next week.
Next
I promise.
week, we're going to have it together, now and laters and wine.
Did I come on a good night?
Yes.
I did come on a good night. Okay.
Because you're here, it's a good night.
Oh,
Boom.
once again.
Boom. That was off the top of my head.
That was straight off the dome.
Yep, straight
I
off
love
the
it.
dome.
Straight
All
off the
right.
dome.
It's always a good time.
It's always a good time here. I think we should start talking a little bit about the show. We're going to talk to BJ a little later in the show, too, but he's going to be chiming in with us as we go along. He's looking at me like, I am?
Yes.
You're just going to put me on
Look,
blast?
I'm in a room full of ladies, so I'm good to go.
All right.
Yes.
Well, speaking of ladies, we have Patrick, who your brother on the show, and his lady problems.
This boy here.
He's got a lot going on. So last week Tracy disappeared, so he's taking care of his daughter, and he's being a great dad. And I love seeing fathers really step up to the plate. And what I love is fathers doing their daughter's hair.
Aww.
I think that is the cutest thing in the world, and it actually looked good.
It did.
It did. It did. I
he did a
tweeted.
good
I was
job.
like, "Yo, you should get a job at a hair salon." Like, seriously, dude, you can't find a job, go apply at a hair salon.
If the whole acting thing doesn't work out,
boom,
beautician,
I'm
boom.
telling you, yes. It's funny. I have a little sister. When we were coming up, my mom would go out of town because she's a teacher, and I'd try and braid her hair with the little barrettes and the barrettes.
Oh, yeah.
And the
you
barrettes.
know, twisters.
Yes, the
Oh,
barrettes.
okay.
I know. Look, girl,
Those giant balls.
Bring me your head over here. I got you. I could put like 1 or 2 braids in your head, but
Those are some big braids.
Yeah,
Just
big braids. Like 1 or 2.
You make me like French braid?
No. It's like the 3 things, like the 3.
Standard.
Standard. Yeah,
braid.
don't expect anything fancy. We'll put a little barrette at the top and.
Hey, you're doing more than most, so that's awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I love Patrick with his daughter Deja. It's so cute, and I am glad that he's stepping up to the plate. Mind you, this is what he should be doing as a parent.
There you go.
So there's that aspect. But I love that he's taking her to school. He's picking her up. We're doing homework. He's making lunches. She's ran up a $500 tab on the lunch lady.
Yeah,
Yo,
I saw that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't realize she was in a private school.
Is it private?
Is it? I mean, I'm assuming, because I thought public schools, maybe that's just in California where there's like the lunch program where if you forget your lunch, they like provide.
No, I don't know.
Is that not a thing?
No, I don't think it's a private school because, I mean,
she wore a uniform, so that's why I assumed
some
it was
public schools wear uniform. Like out here in LA, a lot of the public schools their kids wear uniforms.
Right.
I don't think that they're able to afford a private school
That's
education.
why I was. That's why I was confused, thinking that I was like, oh, does MJ pay for the
you know what?
private school?
I can solve
for her?
all this. I'm gonna call Mara right now.
Okay, thank you.
Get Mara on the horn. Give me 1 second.
Send her a quick text. Let's figure this out.
Let me go and shoot Mara this little text real quick and let her know.
Question, right? We need answers now.
We need answers now, Mara. Like right now. Exactly.
All right, so maybe I had that wrong. My bad. My bad.
Do you guys ever remember the kid at school who would be in the lunch closet eating other people's lunches?
Whoa, that was you.
She
just told her herself.
She did, right?
She just told her.
Fahnia.
My mother would not give me Cheetos. I did not have the good snacks, okay? Okay. So I in the third grade, I did.
Really? You were that person.
In the third grade, you're too old to do that in the third grade, Fahnia. You know better. In
It was
third
like
grade.
second or third. Hey, she had the
Kindergarten,
bomb
okay.
snacks. It was before they used to mix the Doritos with the Cheetos and the pretzels, that little munchie pack. Her mom would do that, and it was this little Asian girl.
Oh
I would
my
get
God.
her snack bag every week.
What's her name so we can go ahead and call you out on it? Yeah, we can get it.
I think you need to publicly
apologize
apologize
to her exactly, like for eating her lunches. Dog.
She's excited for her snack. When it comes time for it, she
Yeah.
goes there and it's not there.
Sorry, Mama Deborah did not give us no crap in our lunches. It was like hearty, healthy lunches. So I'm sorry.
So maybe you just brought that over to where the now laters were back to that. You ate my now laters tonight. Like I feel
it all
like
comes back to the now.
yeah, because your tongue was kind of green and blue when I walked in. I was like, what's she doing? She eating Kool-Aid or now later?
I caught you.
It was now later Kool-Aid.
And now there it is.
But I'll tell you what, Deja does not have now and laters in her lunch.
No, she does
because
not.
She's not even taking lunches to school with her.
No,
it's been
that's sad.
5 months, and that's a $500 bill that she's racked up.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for Patrick because he just keeps getting slammed with money. His car wouldn't start, so that's
grandma
money.
came in and asked for
grandma
some.
was like,
What was that about?
I got my daughter borrowed $200 from me. You need to pay me back for it. Whoa.
She thugged her way in that thing. She was like, no, like, ask your daddy and all them. And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like,
She was a cold piece of work. Like, that's your grandchild. She's like, I love that girl. Okay, then charge it up to the game and you spent $200 on her. Like, let that be that.
Exactly.
To keep pressing the issue, like to go ask your parents for the money. I thought that was too much.
That's a character trait in that family, though, because even Tracy, when Patrick goes to see her in jail later on, she's like, well, can't you just ask your sister for the money? It's like, whoa, why is he got...
I mean, the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Yes, exactly.
We'll just put it that way. Yes, the apple didn't fall far from... But he used that money that Gab gave him...
For his daughter.
For his daughter.
Which...
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah, because
that made me feel good.
Yeah, because I even said to Fahnia, I was like, ooh, if he's only asking for $3,000, that's only going to pay for a bill. Like, he's got the mama's rent, he's got his car, he's got her $500 lunch bill.
I was going to say, add another,
add a little bit.
Right.
To
fix
comfort.
the situation.
Yeah, fix the situation.
And also $3,000 just for the bail. That's not the added on taxes and fees that they tack on
Whoa,
to
what
that.
you know about all that? I just thought it was $3,000 you get out.
Wait a minute. Did someone else?
Did somebody else steal some stuff?
Did someone else sharing a little personal story
Sometimes
tonight?
you got to go bail a friend out, and you learn a little something about a bail bondsman and how it works.
Well, in that case, it really would only be 10%, which is $300.
Well, does this bail bondsman friend of yours start with a T? I just need to know. I just would like to know.
Well, that's good to know. Like, if we ever in a jam,
call me. I know I've worked out the system.
Exactly.
I got you.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
But when she started twitching at the table, it was like, what's going on? And he picked up on it and he was like, no, I didn't get the money, which I thought was a great play. I was
Right.
very proud of him because I
Right.
feel like she should detox in jail. She left the little girl way too many nights alone. Like, it's not time
Yeah,
for her
it
to come
wasn't.
out to have her freedom just yet.
No.
She needs to be in there for a little bit.
And
But go ahead.
Oh, no, you go first,
girl,
please.
I will never step on a lady's toes. It won't happen.
Oh, see?
Boom. There you go. I just said that. That just happened.
That
Go
just
ahead.
happened.
Like, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna bring up the vice principal because Tracy's in there messing up, but then Deja's principal was
Trying
she
to give him the draw?
Yeah,
Trying to
she
give
was
him the draw?
like,
She
she's like,
did.
please, you can call me if you ever need help with anything.
I saw that too. I was like,
That was my prediction.
oh,
liked it.
really?
Principal and Mr. Patrick.
Huh.
I mean, she sees, the father kind of stepping up. She's like, oh, we don't usually see you, and now he's around, and you
Yeah.
know.
But she just gave him like the card that was on the desk, though. That wasn't really her number, like So
That
then
wasn't a cell phone
That
on the office line?
That was an office line. Like, call me during the office hours. I don't know if I really trust you enough to.
Hey, we all know what office hours can lead to.
Dirty girl! Oh my god!
Do we have another personal story on the
Exactly.
horizon?
No, sorry,
Wait.
I watch a lot of television.
No. Let's take a break and talk about this.
A lot of television.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if the
Like
attraction's
Skinamax? Like, what are
there,
you
like
watching?
stuff can happen.
Skinamax?
I mean, what is she watching?
Is that
Way
a thing
back.
anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Do they still do that?
I don't know. I just.
Are you sure?
That
I don't
was
know.
a throwback.
It just came in. I know it wasn't throwback.
Just
Was
throwing it out there?
Yeah, I just threw it out there.
You were sneaking watching that, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Stop. My mom and dad might be listening to this.
See,
when you turn past the channel real
Yeah.
quick, just.
or you never mind. I was gonna
Whoa,
say, or you click
look
it
at-
there and then like you leave it and then someone walks by and you turn it like, oh man, I was just flipping the channels, I wasn't
She was
watching.
my neighbor. She was my neighbor. She was my neighbor. I learned from her.
Yep, I taught him everything he knows.
Yes, exactly.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive. How to get away with watching porn? I don't know.
Always know where that last button is at on the remote control.
Oh
Last
my gosh.
mute, you're good.
Oh, we went from the principal to Deja Lunch to porn. Did you just get that? I love it.
We cover everything here at AfterBuzz TV.
Yes.
If you're
I love
ever
it.
looking for anything at all, we got you.
We're one-stop shopping.
We
One
got
stop
you.
shop.
Nobody got you.
Like AfterBuzz.
Look, after
Boom.
boom. There it is. There it is.
All right. Before we get into any more trouble with
Let's
this
digress.
topic, let's digress, and we're gonna move on to
That was funny.
MJ, who I felt so bad for her. I mean, she's trying to mend her friendships, and
Right.
she finds out that the show, our SNC, has been nominated for an Emmy, and she's all excited, and she tries to go hang out with her girl Val, and Val is like, girl, I gotta get up at 5. I got babies, I got kids to take to school, like I ain't playing with you tonight.
She's a life.
Yeah, she has a life.
outside of her 9 to 5.
Yes.
Which she just kind of showed up at the house. Like, I didn't really get that because she came out in a robe. I would have been.
Okay, because there was a text that went through, and it was, or a call, maybe. I don't know. We had subtitles on, so it could have been both. But MJ was like, hey, I'm outside. And she's like, okay. And then MJ was like, oh, yeah, you said let's do something. And she's like, I didn't mean tonight.
Right, okay.
So you need those partners in life where you just like, let's do something. Come out.
I mean, if someone said let's do something, I'm like, all right, let's
But
do
usually
something.
you kind of have the same lifestyle. You may not have children. You may not have a significant other. You're more have, the time to just get up and go. When you're a mom and a wife and you
should
have
still
a
be
career.
able to do it. You should still be able to do it.
Yes, but maybe not on the fly.
No, on the fly. That makes it even better.
Like, husband, see you later.
Boom. Husband, I'm out. Peace. Throw
Kids
your
are already-
Uggs on.
Yeah.
Your
Leggings? Yeah.
Leggings, yeah.
Yes.
You can wear leggings to anything, like anything, and then just throw a little.
Because they're like pajamas.
I think that's the idea. I think a lot of women would like to be able to do that.
Why women can't do that? Why?
Because sometimes life gets in the way.
Of leggings? Life gets in the way. Oh no,
Of being
talking
sporadic and being able to
gotcha.
just get up and go.
Spontaneously
Gotcha.
going.
With
and-
your girlfriend. But I
Gotcha.
did love how Mary Jane sought out Val instead of a male companion at first.
At first, I was like, "Whoa, wait."
Because,
Okay.
at first she's like, I want to celebrate. So she called her girlfriend. It's safe that way.
Safe.
And then, yeah.
But I
'cause
feel
Mary
like
Jane
her
has
nights
lots of-
usually end up with the booty call.
See, that's what I was like, oh, it's a non-booty call night. She's going to hang out with her girlfriend. Girlfriend's busy. So left turn, Mr. Athlete's in the bed.
Let's talk about her booty call.
Her booty call.
I don't know much about him, but he does not seem like the smartest
He is
boy
less
in
than
the bush.
Whoa.
on the show.
On the show.
No,
Okay.
on the
All
show. Like,
characters.
his character just, so that is what makes me think that for Mary Jane, because there's some people out there who was like, you know, oh, she, you know, needs to go have fun with this. But I'm like, yeah, just have fun with that. That's not
take outside the house.
He's no Sheldon.
That's not her future.
Yeah, and you don't go from Sheldon to that.
No, ma'am. He's
Whoa.
strictly...
But what about David? Do you go from David to that, or do you go from? Whoa! Why'd you make that? You're not Team David.
No, David's got some stuff going on right now.
Okay.
It's messy. It hurts my heart.
It hurts my heart too, because I love David and I love Mary Jane and David, but they just can't get their stuff together. And Sheldon is just...
Sheldon's got it together.
Sheldon.
He's is
just
available.
Yes.
He doesn't have a baby on the way.
He doesn't have a baby mama in
That
general.
we know of. Ooh.
Who's Sheldon?
Ooh.
What's
Don't
pray
are you?
tell?
You
Breaking news?
you dropping stuff on us?
Oh. Who? No, I'm playing.
Like, you
Just
just over here
I'm
starting stuff.
I'm playing now.
I mean, shouldn't you be mad? David just screwed you over in a deal. I'm
Yeah.
mad for you. That's why I'm kicking David to
Thank
the curb.
you. I appreciate that. I wasn't going to bring that up because, you know, I was a little...
Sore subject.
Yes.
A little
You
bit.
called him a buster.
I did in your face, player. I ain't playing no games. Yeah.
I was saying buster all week after
Were
that.
you after that? Everybody was
You
like,
threw it back.
Buster? I was like, I had to take up a big sis. You know that? I had to take up a big sis.
My question is, was that actually in the script, or did you just say Buster?
No. You know what? I think it was scripted. And trust me, Mara does a great job of making sure you're going to feel everything that she wants you to feel in that situation. So, you know, it just came from a natural place. And it's like, you Buster? You know, he just, you know, so, you know.
Are you guys allowed to do any ad-libbing?
Yeah, we
Okay.
are. As long as it's, you know, in the context and everything, and you know. But trust me, if it strays away a little bit, Celine Moore, hey, let me see you real quick, player. Let me see you real quick. Let's talk about it.
No, that was so on point and emotionally right. And I love that word. It's a good word to use right now. 'Cause
It is.
People, and did you say mark too? Use a mark?
I don't know.
Or did I just
don't know.
throw
I think
that
you might
in there?
just throw that in.
Okay. Because
So,
I was intertwining those all week.
maybe Buster and Mark would be referred to someone not only as David, but for somebody who eats other people's foods and now lives and stuff like that. I'm still no.
Shots fired.
Listen, bang, you Buster. You're Mark. No, okay.
Call me a mark.
No, I didn't.
Mostly
I
a Buster.
didn't.
He called you a Buster.
Yeah, Buster.
What?
Buster.
Yeah, that's what just happened.
Yeah, I probably called you a Buster.
Sorry about it.
I'm just playing.
I'm taking back all my compliments.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
taking
I
them
was-
all back.
Whoa, calm down, guys. Before things get hostile in here,
Let's go back to Mr. Athlete.
Okay, Mr.
Mr.
Athlete.
Athlete.
He did pick up on things a little slowly, like when she was explaining her job and you know,
And the
like
whole
the
name
rank.
thing, like I'm gonna change my name. He was like, no, everybody knows you as Mary Jane. I was like, wait, what?
I just had to stop and be like, because I had my head down. I was like, was he serious or was he joking in that moment? And I felt it was genuine that he really just didn't want her to change her name because, I mean, think of all your social media would have to change. Like,
What?
the pressure.
He had her best interest.
Yeah, he was just looking out
Good.
for her.
Yeah.
He's definitely serves a purpose, and that is as a bedmate. Nothing more than that.
Do you all have a bedmate?
No, sir.
You don't just have a bedmate?
No.
Is that even allowed
I mean,
at AFTERBUZZ TV
I
to
have,
have
like-
a bedmate?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Do you have a bedmate?
Whoa, we're not talking about me, okay? We're
I
talking
mean, you
about.
broached this.
Whoa!
You brought it up.
First of all, pump your brakes.
You opened the door.
Okay, first of all, I didn't open the door. I'm sitting on the couch.
You cracked
no
that-
doors. Or,
you cracked
no
that
door,
door
no
open.
doorknobs are in my
We're just
head.
gonna
Okay.
push it wide open
Whoa,
now.
these bad attitudes are just flying everywhere from over there. What is that about? Now listen. Now about Cuddle Buddy, I feel like he had her best interest at look at y'all fighting.
Let's talk about Cuddle
Whoa,
Buddy.
let's talk. Whoa, oh, well, you want to go there? Let's go there.
Do you have a significant other?
Listen, let me tell you something. My
Tell us.
mother raised me to be a very wholesome young man, okay? And I didn't go around eating other people's lunches. Okay? So you take that and you run with that.
Significant other doesn't have to be something dirty or trashy or
Not at all, not at all.
slutty or you
Not at
know a
all.
booty call.
No, you're
Okay.
you're exactly right. And that's what I love about you all. You all are on it.
I like how you're totally
No,
deflecting.
not deflecting. This is about an experience being here. You know, I enjoy the dialogue that you and I can have about this now.
Yes.
About that Cuddle Buddy, okay?
Mary Jane's cuddle buddy is who we're talking about now, right?
Wait, I thought we were talking. See, I was about to talk about but
please
no,
do.
we'll go back to Mary Jane's cuddle buddy since she wanted to go there.
I mean, if you want to talk about your cuddle buddy,
you know what? This is your show. This is your show. I'm just gonna listen to what you all are talking about. Go ahead, talk to me.
Well, Mary Jane's a little lonely,
Okay.
as we saw. So she has a nice little bedmate, which he serves that purpose.
Right.
and
Let's tie that up there.
Yeah, tie that up there. Meanwhile, she's also dealing with a lot of stuff with her job, and the ratings are slumping, and so all season we've been hearing these hints about people questioning her about her drinking, which I never looked at as a drinking problem. But the more people keep asking her about it, the more I starting to look inward, like, well, what does that mean about me that I don't see this as a drinking problem right now? I'm just thinking, hey, the girl's not allowed to have a drink at night to relax, or after work she's celebrating and has a shot. I don't condone drinking and driving at all.
No.
But I also know that one shot of tequila after work, she then went home, touched up her edges.
Yes.
Are you sure
like,
it was just
got
one shot
dressed and then went out. Like, it's been hours between.
According to her,
Okay, gotcha.
It was one shot, and it was right after work. If her show's on at 2, she got to get off, and she gets up at 5. She's off of work by like 4.
You did the math on this one, gosh.
Which is why I question my sanity here.
You're not. You're fine.
Okay.
But you did offer me booze as soon as I walked. No, I'm playing.
That was to make up for Fahnia not getting you now and laters. That's all that was.
Okay. All right,
you want to fix your mic?
I'm fixing my mic.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
that was
folks listening to us on iTunes.
Yeah, that wasn't my fault. Yeah. Okay. So.
I didn't think Mary Jane had a drinking problem either, but it just keeps
getting brought up, and
yes.
it's making me concerned more so now for Mary Jane, because everyone keeps asking her about it, including Val, who's, always trying to psychology somebody. I know that's not how you actually say it.
But I know what you knew.
Yeah,
we got you.
And she did say she didn't want to do that. When they were at her house, when she came over with her re-gift of a candle, which I thought was hilarious, she did say, she doesn't want to be the delivery or knock-knock doctor, which I get, but when you're someone that's your field of study, it's so easy to fall into that category and talk about psychological things.
And let's talk about what Mary Jane tells her. What she ends up opening up to her about is that everyone comes to her for stuff when they need it, and she feels that when everyone's doing fine, her phone doesn't ring.
Right.
She's sitting at home alone. So what is she doing wrong? What is she not giving to people that they just feel that they can take from her and
maybe she's
give
not
nothing
doing
back.
anything wrong, though. Some people, you just have those people in their life that just.
It seems like everyone in her life, like,
whoa,
she knows a.
Wait.
Well,
I'm doing great.
Whoa, wait! I was about to say that. I was like, wait, now pause.
When was the last time you just picked up the phone and called your sister on the show?
Yesterday. I had to say something.
Right?
Just put me on the spot. 5 minutes before we started this interview.
Just said, hey, sis.
Yeah,
but
hey, just want to check
don't you think that it appears as if, though, and she said this, a lot of her relationships are she's good on paper.
Right.
Which I think is true, and that reflects into her relationships, that it's more surface. When Mary Jane's kind of around, there's a little, hint of judgment. She's coming from, I have my successful career, I have my money, I have, my life seems to be in order. Do you feel like that's the kind of character that she is? That, maybe some of her relationships are just, they're not deep. And now she's kind of feeling the repercussions of it when she's lonely and wanting someone to call and be like, just, hey, how's your day? How are you?
Yeah, well, I think when people are used to someone doing, always being that certain way, you tend to shy away from people like that, And so a lot of times when you're by yourself, that's when you feel the loneliest. You know what I'm saying? Well, does that make sense?
No, it makes sense.
So I think she's learning from that. I think she's starting to learn that now. She's starting to learn that, like, okay, so what am I doing wrong? And I think as the story, progresses and, as it moves along, she'll start to, learn her from her own lessons.
Yes, and I feel like she did a hinge of that. We saw that with Patrick.
Right.
And when she gave him the money, like, okay, kind of like there was no conversation or judgment.
Right. Just like when she came in the room with Niecy when she was I didn't come here in judgment. I didn't come here to, she's starting to learn, I feel like she's starting to learn from that, and so.
Yeah.
Yay, Mary Jane.
Yay, Mary Jane. And I was very happy that she asked the question, what am I doing wrong, and not what's wrong with everyone else? Yes. Because a lot of people would look at that situation and be like, oh, well, they're wrong. No, if every relationship in your life is one way, you're the common denominator, and it's something that needs to change within you, and you're the problem, not everyone else.
Makes sense.
So I'm glad that she got to the point of asking what was she doing wrong and not what was everyone else doing wrong.
There you go.
But I mean, I feel her. Sometimes, when you're sitting at home and it's like, why isn't my phone ringing? Yeah. What's everyone doing? I have really bad FOMO. So
wait, wait, hold up. Did you just make that word up?
No. FOMO, fear of missing out.
Wait.
Like when my friends are all out doing something and I'm not, like if I did something else and you're like Fahnia's over there hanging out with someone and I'm over here like, ooh, is she having a better time than I am? Should I have gone with her? I get FOMO. So if I'm sitting at home and my phone's not ringing and it's not going off and I'm not getting text messages, I assume everyone's hanging out without me and having a great time. And then I'm like, why don't my friends love me? Why am I just seeing my phone hasn't rang in 2 hours?
Oh my God.
So then are you now drinking alone at home?
Exactly.
Is that why you were concerned about these alcoholic references?
She's like,
I plead the fifth on that.
Oh, wow. So that's where that was coming from.
I don't always drink alone. Sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch watching movies, and then
if you have an animal, you're never drinking at home alone.
Whoa, do you have a dog? Cat?
I do.
You have a cat? You have a dog? Oh, so you're never drinking alone. Do you feed the dog alcohol too? Like
on her birthday, she gets beer. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely. She gotta celebrate. Turn up.
Turn up for the doggies. Wow.
Hey,
I know not to drop my dog off at your house.
That's only for a celebration.
Like, that's the least craziest thing I've heard in LA that people do with their dogs. So.
Yeah. It's
really?
Once a year.
It's actually kind of
It's wheat.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so it's wheat. So do they get boy or girl?
Girl.
Girl. Does she get drunk? Does she get turned up? Like she?
You know what? Yes, and she passes out. She goes to sleep.
Really?
All she does. She sleeps all day.
Wow. Okay, no.
Again.
Dropping my dog off over.
Fahnia's not going to be dog sitting for BJ
No,
anytime soon.
ever.
For anyone. How about that?
Dog. I can't just. Okay, see, I was just gonna let him come over there, before the birthday, just to, give him a birthday present early, and then.
Nope, none of that.
Nothing. Okay.
We digress.
Gotcha.
Again. So. The reason MJ is celebrating is because of the Emmy nomination, but then there's bad news that's going with this because her ratings are dropping with the new direction that she's taking the show in. And her and Kara kind of, still have their little tiff from when MJ was like, yo, I read my contract. I actually have control of this. Mm-hmm. So Kara's like, well, you want to meet with the producers because we don't know what you're trying to do, and kind of gives her a little attitude. And there's that whole thing. And so then we go into the producer meeting where everyone's throwing out these ideas for stories, and Kara was kind of being a sourpuss and just shooting everything down.
A little salty.
A little salty, right?
A little salty. A lot of salty.
Also, there was 2 black guys in that room, and I just wanted to point that out.
Why?
Because I thought it was hilarious that the white guy kept coming up with all the great black stories to focus on.
Oh my God.
Well, did you notice that there was a shot of the one black guy and he was a little apprehensive, it looked like, that he didn't want to share his idea.
Because only one was talking.
Right, and plus Kara kept shooting it all down. So, you get a little, timid.
Yeah.
You're vulnerable when you're sharing your idea, and if it's not being accepted in a comforting environment.
And I thought it was so great that MJ was actually the one who was turning down the stories, but in the nicer and softer way, because in the past that would have been Kara who was doing the softer rejection. Decline, right. Than MJ.
Kara rolled her eyes a lot in this episode. I was noticing that I did.
You were tallying it?
Yeah, she's over it. She's over this talk black or whatever it's being called. But I have a question. Did the Emmy come before or after the transition to talk black?
Before.
No.
Okay.
Because it would have been for the...
Mara, hold on a second. Was it before
or after? Because it would have had to be submitted from previous shows, since she said this was their first week of doing the Talk Black thing.
Okay.
So Emmy nominations, the deadlines would have been before they did that.
Okay, because I was like, she's doing a great job. People are loving it. And I felt like the show opened, like, it was heavy. The sex trafficking.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
And it was like for maybe 5-7 minutes it was talking about this. So I was like, okay, we're getting like news heavy. I like this direction. It's not just about, you know, sex and seeing naked people until later on.
Oh, yeah, till later. I was going to
Yeah.
later on. But it's touching on like stuff that's going on right now, which is what I love about that. You know, which is what I love. It's like low key trying to like, okay.
It's relevant. It's
Yes.
like current events, which some TV shows don't really do that. You know, because it's so maybe past tense, I guess. I don't know. But I left the currentness of this being Mary Jane. Mara's killing it.
Yeah, well,
Let her know.
I'll let her know. I'll text her.
Yeah,
Thank
text
you.
her. Again.
Mara, you are
And Celine, let
killing
them know.
it.
Yeah. Just
FOMO.
FOMO.
Hashtag FOMO.
I'm glad I could teach you something tonight because I talk like a 13-year-old girl sometimes. But, you know, it's all true.
Going back to the show and her boss.
Right.
And
That
what he
conversation.
said in the coffee room.
Oh my God, yes. Why didn't she speak up? Would you have said anything? I mean, come on. Like
I
if
felt
somebody
like
was going in on your girl, because
Even
they
if
are
you're
girls,
mad at your
even
girl.
if you're mad at your girl, like, you know, you were supposed to step up and be like, "Whoa, pump your brakes, player." Like,
Okay.
I would have said something, me personally.
okay,
But in Kara's character right now, because we see her with Gael and her, you know, her not negativeness, but like the struggle she's having with embracing her own
okay,
self and culture, I can see how him saying these things could actually reflect how she feels and why she didn't really say anything. It's just like awkward. I'm just not like, I think in her mind it was, if I don't say anything, it's better than me saying something. Like, at least I didn't say something agreeing with him. I just didn't say anything at all, which isn't the right course of action.
I felt like her non-response was kind of like, I'm not on board with what you're talking about. You're having this conversation in here by yourself. I'm
Right.
getting my coffee and I'm gone. That's how I took it. Like,
I got that too. I saw that too.
I'm
But
out. I'm not gonna partake in this. I don't want any parts of it.
I got that, but you wouldn't say at least 2 words.
Shut
I
up.
feel like she
She said a lot by just walking out, right?
I feel
get
like the
that. No,
silence
I get
spoke
that.
volumes, and then there's always the jeopardy of her losing her job.
Right.
And whenever we see them, it's like, if Kara says something, she tells her about how they're doing the focus group, she might lose her job.
Right.
So I get her. It's a thin line.
I just realized how it synced up with what they end up talking about for Black women's beauty and how Black men's silence, is it helping or hurting the cause? Kara's silence in this moment, did it help MJ or did it hurt?
Go ahead, girl. Look at that.
Yes, reading
Oh
plot
my
lines.
gosh.
Yeah.
And
Look
y'all
at
tried to
you.
call me an alcoholic earlier.
Girl, that's the
What?
no alcoholism over here. Shoot.
If you are, keep doing it. It's working.
But I mean, I think it's a great question because it didn't I didn't see it as necessarily hurting the cause, but it definitely didn't help that she didn't speak up.
Right.
I think because it
I
almost,
agree.
because he could have taken it as, you know, oh, well, she didn't stop me from saying anything, so I can continue saying these things instead of shutting him down and being like, it's not okay for you to say these things. Shut up.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I can see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's her, that's her partner. Like, I just feel like, just their closeness, how much they've, been through. And, I just feel like you'd have to say something, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, me, I don't know. That's
Like, it's cool
sure.
for me to say
Yeah,
these things about
like,
her because
like-
we're cool, but you can't say the same things. Like, I can call my brother stupid, but you can't.
right.
And even if she just spoke up on like a minority front, like having solidarity and united as far as just being a minority and a female.
Right.
But let's talk about what exactly he said. Like, we should just settle. It
He said way worse. Yeah,
He
said
should.
way
She
more than
said
that. God.
she makes more than us. She should just do the damn job and shut up.
yes. So we should settle because we have an African American president. We should settle because we have these
The NBA.
the NBA, these certain pegs, that are someone's actually tallying them up somewhere, or I don't
Right.
know. Like there's little elves checking off these marks. Why should we settle? Like, why shouldn't we always be striving to do better and
Right.
do more and succeed and be more successful? I wasn't fond of his comment.
No, but he wasn't the only one to say some
Yeah, because
interesting comments tonight. The driver in the car. Not to get off.
No,
that subject,
that's the
but
perfect.
I'm just saying. I mean, that was but she. Go ahead.
Well, because the driver in the car then, mad because he was talking on his phone without his blinker on for that spot. So technically MJ could have taken it.
He lost his spot.
Yeah, he lost his spot.
He did
like,
lose that spot,
you on the phone.
Parking etiquette, at least have your blinker on if you really want it that bad.
Parking etiquette. New word.
Thank you. I'm just full of them tonight.
FOMO. Hashtag FOMO.
Hashtag FOMO. Hashtag parking etiquette. But he calls her, what did he say? A black bitch. And
her response was good. It was educated, and it said, why can't I just be a bitch? Why do I have to be a black bitch?
Why you gotta put the label on it?
Okay.
And then he goes on to say a reference of her looking like a ugly monkey. I believe it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Which,
that hurt.
That
stings.
And what about how it just happened recently in our age here, where the president was referred to as or the first lady was referred to as a monkey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just talk about true life reflecting, and this wasn't even shot recently.
Isn't that crazy?
Mara. Hashtag Mara
reading
and
into the
sibling.
future. She got a time
Slay.
machine, y'all.
Slay.
She's cheating the system.
Yeah.
It's when is the last time either one of you have been called a derogatory name?
Does it count when she said what she said when I walked in today, or no?
What'd she say?
No.
Hello, beautiful. Good to see you again.
Okay, sorry.
When I said that,
never mind. When was the last time? Wow,
it's been a.
Were you about to say it's been a while?
Yeah, I can't. I grew up in a very sheltered life. I can't think of a time when I have been to my face or in a way that I could hear called a derogatory term.
But when he said it tonight, did you not feel like it was spoken to you?
I did.
Yeah.
Did you not feel the sting? So in essence, I would say
Tonight.
I was called a derogatory.
Yeah, because
that's how I felt.
I'm getting upset all over again. But go ahead.
It's something that it's you don't expect it, but when you hear it, it's oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then to see that even though as smart as Mary Jane is, as successful as she is, as educated and financially set, it still hurts.
Yeah.
And she still goes home and cries.
She's still a human. She's still a human. At the end of the day, she's still a human being.
Yeah. And it just, that resonated with me on another level. No matter what, words hurt.
Words, yeah. I was about to say that. Yeah.
And a lot of us, we feel like if we have this, then it makes us another level. As long as we have this accomplished, as long as we're successful at this.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we're still human beings, and words hurt.
And we all bleed the same no matter what we are, how successful. MJ is a television personality in Atlanta, which, I feel like people there are watching her and seeing her, and it does not matter that who she is, because in that moment, she was just another black bitch.
Yeah. Who was shot off of her pedestal.
Yeah.
Damn.
It hurts.
That hurts. Yeah, that was deep. I wish her brother, PJ was...
What would PJ do? What would PJ do?
What would PJ do? What? PJ would have just been, let's go, baby. Let's go.
No, he would have at least thrown out like a buster.
I'm playing that. PJ would have got in the car and finished that for him. We would have had that conversation.
Yeah.
Jumped in the car.
I feel like PJ...
Go ahead.
I feel like PJ might have had cops involved at some point. He would have got angry. It would have gotten...
I'd have probably followed him on my scooter.
Yes.
Till he got somewhere and parked and stuff, and it would have just gone down. It would have gone down.
Yeah, those stung. And then it reminds me of what her parents were saying, that her father, stood up for the African American flight and, cause, and it helped him, and he got their money, but the mom was like, no, back then people feared Jesse Jackson. And it made me think, who do we have right now in 2015 that's kind of maybe they don't have to, on a younger side, on a more, that's in our age range to look up to, that's fighting the African American cause.
That's fighting it. Oh,
how our parents had Jesse Jackson, and,
right?
Yeah.
We have people.
I don't think we do. I couldn't think of one.
Whoa!
Help us out. No,
wait.
Mean, that.
We have people.
That's aside from Jay-Z, which was referenced this evening, aside from music people and athletes, I couldn't think of any, and that could just be my lack of intelligence, but I couldn't think of anybody instantly.
Wow. Whoa, why are you really thinking about that?
Because I was thinking, because it's something that I've thought about since I was a kid, when I would read in history books about, Martin Luther King and, Malcolm X and all these powerful figures who went about getting change. And I'm just sitting there like, who is it going to be when I grow up that is, in my age range that I can say like, hey, like, there's someone who's just like me making a difference. Right. And it's not someone that I'm reading about in books. It's someone current. And like Fahnia is saying, I can't think of anyone at this moment. I mean, there might be people working their way up that I just haven't heard about yet. But in this moment, there's no one as big of a name.
I know what you're talking
as
about.
That.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, and I was really trying to think. That was my thinking phase.
I saw that.
I was like really trying to think.
I was like either thinking or drinking.
That's hilarious. If you guys know, our YouTube listeners, Twitter listeners, iTunes, let us know. Comment, let us know, because we could totally be just not being intelligent right now.
Just thinking on the spot is hard sometimes.
It could happen.
And I want to talk about the other big topic of MJ's show, which was about Black women's beauty, and the article that came out in Psychology Today, where Takeshi tried to prove scientifically that Black women were ugly.
Yes.
And
who does that? Who has time for that?
Who has time for stuff like that?
Who hates Black women that much that they not only just wanted to put their opinion out there, but then had to prove it scientifically?
It's a lot of time.
Yeah. That's a lot of time on some people that you apparently hate and think are ugly.
Right. Why waste your time?
Why waste your time looking at us? And we're so ugly. Like, get me off your computer screen.
It's not a laughing matter. This is a serious topic. And I love that these were actual real people that Mary Jane was interviewing. India Ari and Mark Anthony Neal and Michaela Angela Davis. Like, I love that. I love what they were saying.
It felt so real too. So I felt like they were actually having this conversation.
Yes.
It wasn't.
I was gonna say it wasn't scripted. I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but it just felt that way.
It felt very real, and I was like, wow, this is great. I mean, I'm forgetting that I'm watching, that this isn't actually on CNN right now being a debate on my TV.
Exactly.
That it's a show within a show. I completely wasn't there. I was in that conversation, and I loved. I mean, India Ari. I mean, I remember hearing the songs, like, I'm not your average girl from the video. And I'm just like, when she said those lyrics, I'm like, even now as an adult, because I haven't gone back and listened to that in so long, like, it resonates in a different way now.
Absolutely.
Back then it was just like, oh, some words. Right. Now it's like, no, like, I'm not an average girl that you normally see on television.
It means more because we've grown and we've matured.
Right.
I love that. And the comment that was made was that African American men don't have African American women's back. Of course, I have to ask you.
Wait.
That's what it said.
That's what they said on the show.
Black women are the only one shaking the cage, and Black men are silent. So of course we have to ask.
No, I don't.
What are your thoughts on that?
My thought. I mean, different strokes for different folks. I just feel like in the way you were raised. Like, I mean, just on a just even on a smaller level, like chivalry. Like, my dad wouldn't let me go in the house before my mother or my sisters. Like, if I walked in before, like, at toddler age, like, boy, get your butt back out here, watch your parents, watch your mom and your sisters walk in. Like, and so now I do that. Like, stand on the outside.
On the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk, yeah. You got it. The man should be on the outside of the. And I'm not even talking on a big scale. That, like, that's small. But it's big, So I just think that's why I say different strokes for different folks. Like, however you were raised, I think that's how you would stand up or have, your Black lady's back or your whatever lady's back. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I so when that was said, I just feel like there were certain people who they were referring to, and there were certain people who they weren't referring to.
So they weren't speaking for all African American men.
No.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Do I get now, ladies? Now. Okay, never mind.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
You're good.
Yeah, later.
Maybe
right.
later.
Okay,
That was good.
all right, yeah, good.
And I also like how she said that African American women are shapeshifters. I feel like we are. I feel that's like, I want that on a shirt. We are shapeshifters between our hair, our attitudes, our political views, how we support, how we nurture, how we care. I love that.
all that you said, I totally agree with. You all, you ladies have it going on. We just like seriously, you know, a great woman makes the man. I honestly believe that.
I do too.
I do too. Like we couldn't do it on our own. Like seriously.
I agree. No, and that just reminds me of something I read online about President Obama and Michelle and how they were at, I don't know if this is a true story or not, but you know, the picture of them at a restaurant and a guy that she used to date in high school and how he's the owner now. And so when she sat back down, Barack said to her like, oh, could you imagine if you married him, like you'd be the owner of this restaurant? And she said, no, if I'd married him, he'd be the president of the United States.
Oh!
I was like, drops the mic.
Boom.
That's
seriously.
how it's done.
Yeah, seriously.
Yep.
Seriously.
So, you know, it's beautiful to hear you say that because then I remember that story and it gives me chills.
Thank you. That's what I
beautiful.
do. That's
It
what
is a good story.
I'm here for, you know. That's what I do.
So, moral of the story is black is beautiful.
Yeah.
Boom!
No matter
Yes, yes.
And black girls rock.
And black girls
Yeah,
rock.
there you go, BT. There's your shout out. Where's my money?
There you go. Go. You just laid that one in there
very, very slick, right?
Yeah, I
Just
like that. I like
slide
that.
it
You
on
just
in there.
slid that one right on in there.
Okay, Fahnia, is there anything else in this episode that I missed? MJ's date.
Oh,
How
yes.
can I forget?
Oh,
End of the
oh,
episode.
okay.
Sheldon.
Chicken Shack.
All right, so I don't know what time it is because I've had a problem with him in the past, calling super late
Okay.
and, you know, talking. But this time, because
okay.
it felt very booty callish, but he calls and asks her to go out. And it was what MJ said. No one ever calls her and just like, hey, your show is great today. You know, I watched it. Great job. She never gets those accolades of just spur of the moment. No one's supporting her. And he calls and does exactly what she had just said she needed. And then takes her out and takes her to a chicken shack.
It's the small things, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is.
It's the small things.
And
that
he
mean
opened the
so
door
much.
for her and let her walk in
What?
first.
And did you see who was on the outside on the
Yeah.
sidewalk? Boom. Tell you. What? He's not a buster.
He's not a buster.
Let's talk about the other buster. Or what can you let's talk about PJ for a little bit.
PJ, we can talk about PJ. What you know about PJ?
What can viewers expect from PJ coming up?
Because that preview for the last 3 episodes, it looks crazy right now. And PJ's involved in and a lot of stuff.
And a lot of stuff. PJ.
And did PJ get his money we were wondering a couple of episodes back
From
selling narcotics to do the retirement home.
Listen, PJ has a few different avenues that he's testing the waters in right now.
As all wealthy people do.
Exactly. So in order for him to build that, you know, monumental retirement community, he's gonna have to do a few things, you know. Shake a few hands, you know, kiss a few babies, all that other good stuff, you know. So yeah, he wants to build that, you know. So I don't want to give anything away.
Okay.
But he wants to be that mogul. He's gonna be that mogul.
I could see that. He's very charming and smart and savvy.
Go ahead, keep going.
He also knows Sheldon because he was invited to Sheldon's party. It was another thing we were wondering.
Yeah.
Can you give us any backstory on?
Oh yeah, we can. I can, but I can't. But yeah. You know what? I think that's gonna come out pretty soon. So I don't wanna, I don't wanna throw anything out there. But yeah, I mean, if he's getting his way, MJ couldn't even get into there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, she couldn't even get an invite. But Paul Jr., he did, you know. Because he's Paul Jr. hater. That's what he said. You know? So, yeah, Paul Jr. is going to make things happen, and you'll see that towards the... But now we're shooting season 3. And so, you know... Okay.
I'm gonna stop you for your own sake because we still need to know what happens in season 2. So I don't want you to slip and say something from season 3 because we want Mara to let you come back on our show.
Exactly.
So we're gonna stop you.
Are you done shooting season 3?
No, we're shooting now.
Oh, okay.
We're still shooting.
It's hot.
Yeah, hot in ATL, buddy.
Hot. All right. Well, sadly, we're out of time. We've talked so much, and it's been such a pleasure having you in here. Where can fans find you and on social media and any other things you want to plug?
Well, I'm actually ready to go to a chicken shack right now. Fans want to meet me over
find
the
you
chicken.
there?
Yeah, you can find
Popeyes,
me at the chicken
Churches.
What about Popeyes? Roscoe's Chicken Shack over there.
So you're gonna post that on your Instagram, or your Twitter, which is at.
I am BJ Britt.
On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
I don't do Facebook. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I didn't say it like that, but I heard Facebook is trouble, so I try to stay away from trouble.
Because he's got all those cuddle buddies.
Right? Whoa, you just threw it out there? Really? I'm done with you.
And Fahnia, where can they find you?
You guys can all find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fahnia Thomas.
And make sure you check out all the shows AfterBuzz does here all week at AfterBuzzTV.com. You can find us on Facebook, iTunes, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
All
what
that.
else?
Snapchat.
I'm on Snapchat. You
Yes.
can find me at the Tiona Hobson on both Twitter and Instagram, and Tiona_Hobson on Snapchat. So thank you for joining us, and we will be back next week.
Let's go grab that drink.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.